You mentioned that the audiences, when you're doing the blues thing, they started to lose the novelty a bit. I noticed that you took the blues machine to places like India and Nepal and things like that.
Yeah.
How do the audiences there react to your style?
Do you know what? India and Nepal, I mean, it's very recent. I was there less than 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And I was amazed at the level of excitement of the crowds in Nepal particularly, and certainly in India. It was my first trip playing to India. I'd been there before. I had some sitar lessons in India at the beginning of the year, so I went all George Harrison. That was pretty cool. But I got asked to play in 2009 in Kathmandu, Nepal, and they found me on YouTube.
Okay.
So they were basically starting a festival in Kathmandu where, ironically, there was a very strong jazz fusion scene. You would never in a million years, as a Westerner, imagine that, would you? But when I got there, it all starts to make sense, because the traditional instruments are they're very big on the drums, talking drums, complicated rhythms. Sitar, I mean, it's a fusion of China and India. So there's a lot of those kind of like high-strung instruments and stuff like that play, sometimes 12-tone scales and stuff like that. It's complicated. So the locals didn't take to pop music, it was too simple for them. They started to listen to like big epic kind of fusion things because they like that complexity. So because I've got that kind of, I can go that edge with what I do as well, I realised this early in the piece and kind of addressed it that way, you know, with my soloing and improvising. So we turned up to play like electric blues, and when they saw what I did as a guitar player, they were fascinated because they like improvising, but their version of Western music thus far has been to learn it outside of the fusion realm. It's been learning things like an Eric Clapton record, for example, exactly note for note how Eric plays it on the record. Their idea is that's how the song goes. So you learn that solo note for note because that's the song. Now that's how they learn. So even complicated drumming rhythms, they all know them. They're the same. They all know the same thing. So I turn up and I'm like super casual guy, and I'm just like playing it differently whenever I feel like it. They were fascinated because to them I was doing something completely out of the box. So unlike in America, I mean, I've been to America many times. I've always had a good experience, mind you, but they've had what I do for many years now. So going to India and Kathmandu, where it's kind of new, the audiences were excited, like it was some new cutting edge music form. I'm playing in a 3-piece electric blues band. So it was really interesting to see how switched on to it they were. And they were, let me tell you, they were over the top, like rock festival excited.
Brilliant. It'll take you anywhere, won't it, the blues?
It's adorable.
Oh, jeez. That's excellent. So, after all the travelling around, all that sort of thing you do, what do you do in the spare time that you have? What do you do to keep your sanity?
Do you really want to know?
Is there any spare time for a start?
There is. You know what? I kid that I'm a lazy person who's way too busy. You know, in actual fact, in some ways I'm enthused to play the guitar, but I'm not enthused by the business side of the industry. So luckily I had established myself as an artist some years ago, so it kind of is a little bit self-perpetuating. I've got an agent who books me gigs. You know, I've set up a few networks of things that kind of happen, and I exist in people's consciousness. So, you know, there's websites, there's things where they can go to find me. I'm not foolish with that side of it. But, you know, I've been involved in, now don't laugh, I've been involved in the skateboarding scene since the 70s. I don't skate all the time, but I still skate even now. You know, I'm 48. So I have a background in doing some martial arts as well. So and I've done all those things to the present day to pretty much just keep fit. You know, I'm not out to win any trophies. I'm just out to keep myself together and stay flexible and actually stay fit to be able to play good into my senior years. Because I believe that your physicality is a huge part of what you'll be able to do with the instrument. You know, so that's it's all kind of on the same thinking. Although let me tell you, my parents and my loved ones all lament the fact that I do these dangerous sports. So, you know, but I started doing it when I was a kid, so I'm sort of still just involved.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Keeps you young.
Yeah, and I drink a lot of coffee.
Yeah, okay. Looking for a coffee spot?
Yeah.